Week 4, this is petition. We're going to focus on what does it mean for us to give God the list of our wants and needs. But here's the thing, God already knows that. God knows our heart, God knows our mind. Before we even put it on our lips in prayer, God knows what we're going to say. So what does petition mean? What is the point of it? It's not that we can somehow strong-arm God into giving us what we want at the time we want. Petition means we're going to be open to how God's going to answer our prayer. It's a little bit backwards the way we think about it. A lot of times we think, well, if I pray this, if I do this novena, if I lift this up in prayer, then God will answer it. And He does. But not in the way we think. When I was teaching high school, I was always amazed to talk about prayer, and because kids didn't see in the time they wanted or in the way they wanted God answering that, because they didn't hear a physical voice, they didn't understand what prayer and petition really means. So the most important thing about petition is that we're spending time with God talking about our wants and needs. And it's not to change God, but to change us. To leave us open to the idea that I think, Lord, this is the best thing in the situation. Yes, I want this person to return to health, but not my will, but yours be done. And for a lot of us, especially when it comes to our loved ones, our family, that second part of the prayer is really, really difficult. You know? The idea of lifting up things to God and then being okay with Him answering them in a different way than we expected is important. But it takes time to spend with God, that He can start to change our hearts, to start to move us very gently and very patiently into a direction where we can understand how He answers our prayers. So it's kind of a hybrid. I want you to lift up your petitions to God, but I also want you to use that beautiful prayer we see in the Garden of Gethsemane the night before Christ is crucified, when He says, you know, Lord, let this cup pass from me, but not my will, but yours be done. How in my life can I be open when it comes to petition to your will and not mine? And especially as we come to this close of Advent, this idea of God moving in ways we don't expect. When we think of the infancy narratives we're going to celebrate next week, why did 3 wise men come from distant lands because they followed a star, when people that should have been watching for Christ were ignorant of His arrival? Right? Why would angels appear to shepherds? Why would the Lord of the universe be born in a manger? You know, God's answering our prayers, but never in a way we would expect or the timing that would make sense to us at first. So I just want to encourage you to lift up your petitions, but to do so in a way that leaves room for God to be God.